How you doing? And welcome back to MUFC Realist TV. It is Monday and it is silly season, and oh god, it's hilarious. I can't even say it, but you know, we're going to talk about a lot of things today because groundbreaking news what we have today as well. Like, we're going to talk about Amrabat, we're going to talk about Hojlund, we're going to talk about the Harry Kane. What would be this transfer window without even a Harry Kane saga and all that jazz? But you know, and all the outs and Harry Maguire and wire Maguire, you know what I mean. But you know, at the end of the day, guys, you know this, you know what I'm getting at this point. You know what, there is these bell buttons down there. There's something called subscribe, there's something called join, there's something definitely called like you know, the thumbs up. So if you click those, you really help the algorithm to promote MUFC Realist TV. You know, we are on a road to 20k. 1 year in the making, 15K's past. We are 15.7 something K. So yeah, really, if we can rack up more, 300 more, so be 16K, that would be even better. Jarvis Cocker got fresh news from the press. He is running Mick Roadrunner. Yeah, you know what I mean. Mick. He's running a little bit late, but I have scintillating panel in the green room waiting. I'm talking about Uncle Jimy, acha, Jimy, acha. How you doing, Jimy?
Big up, everyone. Big up, man. Nice to be here again. I've just come off, like I said, another show. So you know, I knew I had to get in and support you. You know, like I like to do. Yeah, no, big up. I'm excited to be here, man. And you better be right about this news. I'm telling you. Don't get me giddy. Don't get me excited for no reason.
And I got Stewie Wolley in the what is that? Irish green.
It is Irish green today. Yeah, I've gone green. I've gone goalkeeping Irish green today. Yeah.
You got a little bit Irish in you.
A bit Irish. No,
Irish.
Irish. No.
Irish. You came straight from the soccer practice, I guess.
I have, yeah. I had a kickabout tonight, so I netted 3, so I was quite happy.
Oh, so we were discussing before, like, you know, so I keep hearing the personal terms not a problem. We are looking for a centre back, and you happen to be a professional centre back, right?
A centre back. I wouldn't go professional. Definitely a centre back. Yeah.
Seriously, you know. So you do play centre back.
Is he replacing Maguire? Is he replacing?
Yeah. I mean, I'm deluded to the hardwire.
I'm on the plane to San Diego later, lads, and we'll keep it quiet till I get there.
Oh,
get Maguire out the team.
3 minutes on that pitch and you pull a hammy. Oh, you almost got the tea in your throat.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Wicked. Listen, I am honorable, so I'm waiting for Jarvis Cocker because it's been mad couple of days actually when it comes to the transfer window. And we had I don't know if you've seen it, we had a heated debate where I actually won the debate to say, look, guys, Manchester United, this window is not the same Manchester United as what we used to be, because I kept pointing out to the facts, and people have PTSD. I get that. I do understand. But this is a different stewardship, what I'm trying to say, with Matt Hargreaves at the helms. And we, at the end of the day, the VR room, the honorable VR room voted and said, gave Mick the points. Yeah, so yeah, I won. So basically we are, in the past, we used to be only doing one deal at a time, but now you see that we are working on 3-4 deals at the same time. And this exciting moment regarding the potential future of the Manchester United squad excites me, because there's a lot of news here. Of course, we're not going to get in Kylian Mbappe. Forget about that. Ain't going to come, right? Chelsea's apparently looking to bid for him, but where's that money coming from, Big Lebowski? Come on. The top only goes a rubber band.
Anyway, it doesn't excite me.
It doesn't. I have a feeling, because what they call Al Hilal, they call, but I call Al Hilarious, right? Al Hilal. I call it Al Hilarious because at the end of the day, like, you know, who wouldn't take that gigantic offer, right? It's tax-free money going to Saudi for 1 year.
How much a week? Is it 4 million a week? Is that right?
11.6 mil a week.
And
It's not, is it?
Yeah,
I kid you not.
600
Listen,
something million.
Is that not
Listen.
the highest salary of a professional person in the world? Is that
Yeah.
not? There must be the highest salary you can get, surely.
Yeah. I mean, 100%.
I mean,
Look,
from employed, I'm not talking about some business, but from employed, there's no way anyone's on more money than that.
I
Surely.
take that. I just take that. Seriously, I just rock up. Why not? I mean, Jesus Christ, look, footballers' careers is very short, right? He's young. He's about 23, 24, right? He's supporting his cousins, his family, his neighborhood. I don't know what he's doing, but obviously he got a castle. He's well looked after. He's the star boy, right? Spoiled brat. You know what I mean? So he tried to do a cheeky. Actually, Florian Perez tried to do a cheeky one to sort of speak behind the closed doors to him. It's not allowed to speak to the player, to say like, okay, you do like this, that, and you come for free, and we give you a massive sign-on bonus. Well, hang on a second. Florian Perez got caught in the cookie jar with it, red-handed with his fingers like that. So, they caught him, right? So they say, no. Like, you ain't going for free. So I think that Saudi came up with a solution, but it's still the same, right? They're doing a madness like in Saudi Arabia. They basically recruiting everyone as a PR tool.
I have to say though, Mick, because when you think about this offer that Mbappe's got on the table, it can't be an easy decision for him, because I know that on the one hand, we know he loves football. He's a kid who's football through and through. He loves playing football. He loves playing football well. That's a really important point, I think, that people are not thinking about in this thing, because everyone's saying, oh, just go over there and the money's so much. But I think sometimes when footballers are so talented and so good, sometimes that high they get from that outweighs any amount of money that you can give them. And sometimes that's the most important thing for them, especially if they're used to playing at a certain level where they've been praised for their football more than anything else.
Yeah.
I think for Mbappe, this is not an easy decision. I think it would be, I mean, it's crazy to say no. It's mental to say no to a deal like that.
Yeah.
So if he does say no to that, I think people should give him a lot of respect for saying no to that, because I don't know many people that would say no to that level of money, to be honest.
No, I wouldn't say no to the money, but we're going to dive into that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he has to say no, actually. I'm with you, Jimmy, on this one.
Jimmy.
I think he has to
Jimmy
say
and Stu, please hold your beer, because we have to go. You know what we have to do? We have to go to the VR room, right? Like, because they are the ones driving the show as well tonight, guys. So listen, I'm too scared. There's 100 messages already. It is a mental on fire. There's arguments, I guess, as well. Like, oh, Andy Cooper is in the house. Wait a minute. Who else is in the house? Listen, I'm just going to shout out to as many as I can. Rushmano is in the house. Big up Rushmano. United talks with 2 players and clubs at once. Unprecedented. Yeah, that's what we opened with, Rushmano. So we're going to talk about that too as well, my friend. But let's go back
as well.
What?
That David saw a point saying, 700 million has mostly to do with his image rights. He will be the poster boy for a new upcoming $17 billion football league. And I think that's a great point.
It will be. It is a great point. Same as Neymar was the poster boy for Qatar, basically. There's cheeky money to be made, right? So big up for Edward Reed is in the house. Jolly Malmain is in the house. Jamie Wayne, one of our moderators. RJ, big up to you, RJ, as well. How you doing? I saw you earlier today in a similar stream. Rebel Bakir is in the house as well. Bomba. Yeah, Sofian Amrabat is joining MFC. I know. We're going to talk about that. We are. Cheeky talk about that. Who else do I have to... Yeah, RG, Mick was right. It's not about being right, man. I'm blushing. But it's just being real. Like, you check the facts, you speak to the agents, the intermediates, you speak to certain things. And yeah, I mean, if it doesn't feel right, you don't report it. That's the thing, right? What else? Angie, yay! Our moderator, Angie. Big up to you, Angie. Hope everyone is doing this Monday. Dust off the Monday blues, because we have positivity today. It's a positive show. We have Uncle Jimmy in the house as well, sitting on the right frame corner in the middle. We have Stu, and all we're waiting is for Jarvis Cocker, to be honest. Stephanie is in the house as well, Stephanie Griffith. Oh my God, everywhere I go, I always see Stephanie. You know what I mean? Every chat I go to, like, in every Manchester United fan, I don't know. Stephanie, are you on AI? I don't know. I'm just kidding, man. Seriously. Listen, regarding membership, the gifting, we're trying to figure out what is the problem, a bug. Bear in mind that Mick Roby has only been running this channel for 1 year. Uncle Mick here as well. So if somebody gives you a membership, right, that you will see in the chat. So that will highlight, and whoever gifted that membership, you have to click on it and accept it. And that will take you to certain processes and steps that you have to accept it. Otherwise, that membership goes like, right? If somebody gives 10 memberships, you have to be quick to grab it. So that's how it works. That's according to my research. There's nothing I can do from my side. And Nigel Flynn just came in as well here with a super chat. Highlights: if United get Qatar in last week of the transfer window, do you think United would go for Kane if he not already been sold?
The problem with that though is I think with the takeover, I don't think is really going to affect
No.
the availability of funds for this window. I don't think it will be that much of a difference. What I think will happen though, I think if Qatar take over, because because the club will know that they've got access to more funds very soon, I think it will mean that they'll be able to let more players go than they would have liked to let go in the window. So I think it might be a case of Qatar comes in, so our squad gets a little bit thinner for this season, but actually it will recover in probably starting in the January transfer window.
Yeah.
So it might not be immediate, but I think it might not make a big difference in this window, but it will eventually make a difference.
Fantastic, Jimmy. Nigel Flint, so appreciated your donations, sir. Thank you for your super chat, €5. Woohoo! Where is my hang on. I got a 6-pack of this month. The cheap. All right. Back to you, Mr. Green. What do you think? Do you concur what Jimmy's saying there?
I think Jimmy's got a point. I think if we do know Qatar is coming in, etc., then yes, I think we know we've got access to greater money. I do actually think we'll snare Kane though, Jimmy. That's where I'm at. I think we'll get him this year. And I think
do you think we get him this window?
I think we get him this window, and I think we're using Bayern Munich for once. I think we're actually using.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry. Okay. I'll now be quiet. But
okay, I know you're wearing, Irish green, and where's your Guinness, mate? Come on.
Oh, I'm a Guinness drinker. I love it.
Me too. Yeah.
I like Guinness.
I like Guinness. Kilkenny too.
I think we're using Bayern. Now I could be wrong. I don't know. I've got nothing to back that up with, but that's my personal opinion.
No, I got an opinion on this one, and I think I covered this, ladies and gents, so many times before. So it ain't really matter if we get new owners, barring that you clear the FFP and everything else. Like the only available funds what the owners can push in is £50 million. So that's not going to make much of a difference, to be honest. And we are seeing an exodus that we never seen before. It's unprecedented. There's Anthony Elanga, done deal, going to Nottingham Forest. You have Telles out. Maguire is going out. There's a lot of people that's been sold.
That would be a good move for Elanga, by the way. That would be amazing for him if he could pull that off. I mean, that would be a great move.
It's done deal, yeah.
Absolutely
amazing.
Has he gone? I didn't see it. No, sorry.
So the thing is that people only focus on the ins, but never talks about the outs. But the outs is the most important thing, right? Because you got to trim the bloated squad, lower down the wage bill, and lower down the FFP, and it's kind of a balanced scorecard sheet at the end of the day. So that means that you can offer Marcus Rashford a pay rise, but that means that you got to balance the scorecard, in somebody else's wages. So yeah. So thank you, Nigel. I hope that you do understand as well.
Mick, can I just ask you a quick question?
Yeah, sure. I'm just browsing through. Yeah.
Do you think that with having Hojlund signed because Hojlund is imminent, it looks like, so having Hojlund, do you think that gives us a better bargaining power for Harry Kane with Spurs? Because they know that we've got a striker, so we're not desperate for a striker, but we want Harry Kane. Does that give us more powers does that give us better cards to negotiate with than if we didn't have Hojlund at the club, so Harry Kane was the only striking target?
Good question. Kane has always been on United's wish list. There's always been two strikers. If you remember from the beginning of the window, that was Kane and Hojlund. Hojlund has also been the #1 target.
Yeah.
So at the moment, the recruitment team and Ten Hag are doing bullseye. Like, when you throw in the darts, like, bullseye, bullseye, bullseye. So they got the #1 targets in. So the situation with Harry Kane, we're going to talk about that as well. Obviously changed yesterday when Joe Lewis, who is actually the owner of Spurs, not a lot of people talk about that. Everyone thinks that is, Daniel Levy, that's the owner of Spurs. No, he's just the guardian, pretty much. This is a multi-billionaire that lives outside UK somewhere. He doesn't really care. It's an investment. But he's basically put his foot down to say, you know what, Billy Bullocks, you're not going to do that. If he's not going to resign his contract, you sell him, whatever. I'm the boss. And that's the way it is, right? So that means that, like, all of a sudden that opens the door for Premier League clubs, because one thing that we know, and we always knew, that Daniel Levy will not sell to a Premier League club. He doesn't want to strengthen. He's such an egoistic maniac. I know, even when I've spoken to 90 Minutes, like, Graham Bailey as well, in the beginning of the season as well, Levy will never sell, like, to Premier League club. So it all comes down to the player, what you want, as you know, guys, like, does he really want to go to Bayern Munich? Does he really want to go to Germany? Does he want to stay in England? So if he gets the opportunity to stay in England to still break Alan Shearer's record, I mean, it's a done deal, right? If Manchester United is still there knocking on the door, they still have money. I mean, I always say it will come at the end of the window. I mean, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but
I think he wants that. Sorry, go on, Stu.
I'll be quick, Jimmy. I think with Mick, I'm the same. I think it's a deadline day deal, or the last 2 or 3 days. I really do, and I think his motivation is Shearer's record. I'm absolutely convinced of it. I really am. That's the way I view it.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, gentlemen, somebody just pulled out in the driveway.
Get him out. Get him going.
Should we let him in?
Get him out. Charge him.
He's getting mad. He's like,
charge him for parking.
Charge him for parking. Yeah.
Roadrunner, hey. You are fired. You are late, sir.
Now I'm
We're
driving
gonna
on
fine
the
you.
highway.
You know how the players get fined when they're late for training. You're getting fined. You're getting fined.
Can we have a big thumbs up for Jarvis Cocker? He made it.
Whoa.
I made it. I've been on the highway.
The legend is back.
Yeah, I've been driving in the left lane all the way from we have been to an amusement park with the kids and everything. So it's been like rides and all of that. So
where'd you live, Jarvis? Where'd you live again?
Well, I live in Norway, but now I'm in Pennsylvania, not far from Pittsburgh. Yeah. So we've been to a what do you call it? A amusement park with the kids.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but we were running a little late, so I had to run in the left lane on the highway. But the Toyota took me well home. So
Listen, Jarvis, I have a serious question for you.
Okay.
For one of your secret admirers. It goes like this. Did you listen to AC/DC Highway to Hell while you were speeding?
Oh, I love that
Highway to Hell.
Boom, boom. No, welcome. It's good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well, man.
Thank
Seriously.
you. I'm well.
Yeah, we have a super chat from Alien 10 as well to say, Jarvis looks Dallas. He has finished filming.
He does. He looks Mafia-esque, actually. He's got that Godfather look, hasn't he, today?
Oh, you look like the Dallas. Oh, but I mean,
I will give you an offer you can't refuse.
Thanks, Peter, for your donation, mate. Thank you so much. So I hope you had a good experience, excursion as well. I mean, it's so important for the kids. You know what I mean? You've been going to the amusement parks. You've seen crocodiles. You've seen leopards, cheetahs. You've seen Joe Glazer feeding the monkeys and, being robbed in New York and stuff like that. Yeah? No?
It's been a ride. It's been fantastic. I love America, to be honest. It's a good country to go vacation.
Okay, yeah. You didn't do like the Prince. What do you call it? That the Eddie Murphy movie? What's it called? The Prince of America or something?
Coming to America.
New York.
America.
Yeah, coming to America. Yeah.
Good morning, America.
Shut the fuck off.
Those
Yeah,
Jarvis.
great.
Hey, that's it. Listen, that Mick, that's a classical line. I cannot allow you to butcher that line like that. That is not the
I
line.
can't.
It is a
Not allowed.
classic
Not
line,
I mean,
yeah.
I will never. I will not
classic
do
line.
that, Jimmy. I will not do this opening scene. That is a YouTube algorithm censorship. But you know, when he's laying there in his jacuzzi, like blah, 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 and then you
Yeah.
see somebody's coming. Your
Then he's-
Royal Highness penis is clean.
The Royal PDA. Oh, that film is amazing, man. It's
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
top,
Great
top,
movie.
top script.
Understandable. Top stuff. So Miloš Mitić is in the house. 𝒊𝒂𝒏 Miloš. Bilal is also in the house. Sorry, my Jarvis. Oh, my Jarvis, my side captain. What will we do without you? We missed you, sir. So Maddie is also saying hi, Jarvis. Everyone is so happy to say Don Jarvis.
Don Jarvis.
Don
Yeah, you
Jarvis.
did it. Yeah. Oh.
Mm.
You absolutely mental people. The VAR room, the realist panel, you're amazing, guys. Andy Tate, buddy, I love the Imperial
Andy.
Star Destroyer Jarvis.
Yes. Oh, I was supposed to send Andy the pictures of the Star Destroyer.
Yes. Oh,
I will
thank you,
remember.
Thank you,
Sorry, Andy.
Andy Tate. People are laughing their ass off. So basically, what would we be without? I mean, we're not going to banter you with the greenwashing and the sports washing being pushed out to be doing streams in the washing room. Guys, if you remember this, he was sitting there and they're constantly beep, 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 beep. And then you hear Samsung music. Anyway, fake laundry. Oh my God. We got to kick on with the news here because big up to everyone. Sargon is also in the house. I haven't seen you for a while. McKenny, how you doing? Jarvis, how's Philly cheesecake steak?
Ooh, well, I had ribeye yesterday. Ribeye. Oh, that's
yeah, Philly
that's
steak.
the best.
Ribeye's lovely. Yeah,
Mhm.
ribeye's really, really nice.
Oh, yeah. Okay, for Jarvis, I guess you've been busy with your family, so you haven't really caught up with the news today, have you? Or
No, not much. I've seen just a couple of headlines of Fabrizio Romano, so I don't know much what's going on. So fill me in on the latest.
we were talking about the, we're talking about this one, 𝒂𝒄𝒌 𝑹𝒆𝒂𝒍𝒊𝒔𝒕. And you know what? Before you jumped in, we already pre-started this news about Mbappe, bada bing, bada boom. And basically, Chelsea is now going, everyone is trying to pimp, but the astronomical fees is I think the 259 million offer by Saudi Arabia, right? So PSG has given the green light for them to speak to Al Hilal, which I call it Al Hilarious, right? Al Halal Hilarious, right?
I'm gonna start using that one. Al Hilarious.
Al Hilarious, yeah. But that's very amusing. And the latest what I saw is that PSG has given the green light for them to speak. Now they haven't spoken to Mbappe as of yet, so it might be say so that if you're being realistic to say that he doesn't want to go, but who doesn't want to have that money, right? I don't know what they're offering, astronomical figures, and Saudi Arabia is tax-free. And the thing is, this is for a PR poster boy for 1 year, and then he can go for free, I guess, was it? Or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, he can go for free at the end. Yeah, it's a 1 year.
So is Florian Perez doing a cheeky bastard here? Is he sending the brown paper envelope to Saudi?
How old is he? How old is Mbappe?
24.
24.
I mean, he's young. He could go for a year and carry on with his career, can't he?
Could, mate.
He could go and just he could go and collect that bag and come back and just carry on with his career like nothing happened.
He can. I think it batters his career, though.
I think it does. I think it affects his career.
It's got a huge problem. But my question is, and it's to everybody, why 259 million?
I know. I was thinking, why did they do that when you're talking those figures? Just round it up.
700 million.
Why not add 259.5 piece?
Why 700 million euros? I mean,
maybe they're trying to do an Arsenal. Do you remember when Arsenal bidded 40 million plus £1 for Luis Suarez back then? Do you remember that deal? That joke of a deal. Arsenal are just a joke of a club. I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk about Arsenal all the time.
Hey, Blue Moon is back, guys. Blue Moon. I mean, seriously, welcome. You're a City fan, but still. I still can't understand what you're doing with Guardiola, man. What the hell is that? Are you getting?
Oh, we've got an answer. Look, we've got an answer. 300 million euros. That's why it's 259.
But again, why 300 million euros? PSG only wanted to recoup 160, what they paid for him. They were quite honest with that. So 300 million euros, and then suddenly somebody decides, well, we'll give you 700 million euros.
Isn't that because he hasn't got a release clause? Is that why? Is that because he hasn't got a release clause? So it's all negotiation.
Yeah, I don't think he has got a release clause, and I appreciate. Look, a lot of it is image rights, etc., etc., etc. I get all of that, but I mean, do me a favour. I mean, seriously, you want to go and strangle somebody, don't you? Really, because for me, I mean, I'm old, so football was always a working man's sport when I was growing up. I'm 53 now, fellas, and it was you were getting paid £500 a week if you were lucky, back in the day, and that's to play for Manchester United. And now they're offering somebody 700 million euros, 300 million euros to buy him. Aston Martin was bought by a consortium for 160 million quid. That was an investment of 160 million quid to take a controlling stake in one of the classiest brands in the world.
Yay. Big up. Fatty Donut just gifted 5 memberships, guys. Please quickly click on that link to activate it. I just want to shout it out. I'm sorry for interrupting, but
no, carry on.
If somebody gifted 5 memberships, that means that you look in the chat room, there's a big banner, and click on that to accept, and then follow these instructions. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you for your donation. 5 new memberships. You're a legend, Bob. Thank you, guys. Let's
just one other point. And my other point was, and this is the real question: what does a year of Mbappe do to Saudi Arabian football? You're only talking 12 months. What does it do?
Do you know what, though? I have to say, I think it would do a lot. I think it would do a lot for
money-wise, yeah.
Yeah, I think it would do a lot commercially. I think it was a great, because you want that. You do want that face. Because even though he's only going to be there a year, they'll probably be allowed to use his some of his image rights for much longer than that. So I think even though he's only going to actually play for a year, I think his face would stay in that league for much longer. So I think overall there is a big advantage to having him go into that league
until Koulibaly comes and clatters him.
Yeah,
and puts him out game 2 of the season, and he's done. And that could happen. I know I'm jesting. I'm jesting, but it could happen.
It can happen. It absolutely can happen. Yeah.
I get Messi's what he does for the MLS. I get that. I mean, it's almost Beckham-esque, isn't it? What Messi's doing at the MLS now. Very Beckham-esque. He's getting a franchise, etc., etc.
It makes sense. The Messi one makes so much sense, doesn't it?
It does.
I mean, they will recuperate their money anyway. I mean, even the branding, the image rights, everything, like they own it for a year. I mean, come on, sell shirts, sell tickets. Yeah, you absolutely smashed it there. Like, DW Digital, which is basically a lead player in our team. He's part of the first team squad here. Big up to you, man. Seriously. I don't know, man. I ping it up to you, Jarvis, but I have my certain opinions. At the end of the day, like, yes, you don't have to work as hard, but you're away from Champions League football and all that stuff. And he's all about winning Champions League and all that stuff. You know what I mean? He said his preference is Europe, right? But the problem is, if you look at FFP and you look at the European club state and the economy at the moment, that means that they have to sell players. Like, let's say if Arsenal all of a sudden want to go for him, like they have to sell off the kids. They have to sell somebody. And they have to do a sacrificial lamb. Let's say, who would that be? A Martinelli. I mean, Arsenal would cry crocodile tears. Not Martinelli. If we have to sort of bring him in, we probably have to sell Rashford, don't we? Right?
Yeah, great points. Those are great points.
And Chelsea, where's money coming from Chelsea? I saw look at links in the paper. Chelsea, Todd Bowley is looking to buy. Are you mad? Right? Where's the money coming from? Right? Chelsea is already in deep shit. How are they going to find that money for Mbappe?
What is because I mean, it would have been different if Chelsea were spending all this money with the guarantee last season that they're going to be in a Champions League next season. I don't understand how the business thinking behind it, because they're not in the Champions League. So how does this work? Like, I don't understand football finance in general, because I just think it's a load of crooks.
Just want to give it a premature happy birthday to one of our members as well, one of the legends in the VR room, Mr. Neil Driscoll, happy birthday. You're 66 years tomorrow. Old QAP tomorrow. Yes. And it's match day tomorrow, Neil Driscoll. So hope you have a fantastic birthday. You just subtract 33 years and you'll be 33 again. It's only 66 in your body, but 33 in your mind, isn't it, Driscoll? Seriously.
Well,
okay.
Today, I read a comment from the Norwegian fan club of a supporter club of United. There was one guy who had a article. He wrote about football and the money today, as we were talking about with Mbappe and all of that. And basically, his conclusion was it's going to cost us fans in the end, because now the money is going around, and at the end the ticket prices will go up, subscriptions, TV subscriptions and everything will go up. For example, Norwegian Viaplay, their quarterly result was 100 million minus because of the football deal they have. Now in Norway, for me to see Man United, I have to pay about £75 a month to see Man United and Premier League. And everything is starting to cost now. You know, it's reached a limit, and I'm not sure what's going to happen in the future. But people are getting bled out for money when it comes to football.
Okay.
Even us real supporters, like average Joes.
Yeah,
true.
Right.
It's changing. But guys, I want to close off this topic because we got to move on, right? So usually it's not a Wednesday night what we call bullshit United, but at the end of the day, I call it bullshit as well. Who can afford Kylian Mbappe? That means that you have to pimp out and sell a lot of players. The window is like what, 40 days left. I think he will go to Saudi for some reason. I have a sneaky feeling, right? But let's do the Hottimeter, guys. Let's do and rate it. And everyone in the VR room, a 1 for he will go to Saudi, or 2 he will go to a European club. Okay, guys, Jarvis, you are monitoring the VR room, but I want to go to the panel while everyone in the VR room are putting the votes. I repeat again, a 1 for a Saudi, right? He will go to Saudi. A 2, he will not go to Saudi. He will go to a European club, right? And there's a super chat coming in. I will get to you, Alien Tenor as well. So I parked that one, so I'm fully aware. But guys, I run the corner quickly. I start with you, Jimmy. What do you reckon? 1 or 2?
I reckon 2. I just think he's too much of a football guy, so I'm going to go with 2.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Green.
2.
2. Mr. Speedo driver. Hugh Hefner.
It's a tough one, but I don't want to sit on the fence.
Don Jarvis.
I'll think you go after the money. He will go to Saudi 1 year.
I think he will go to Saudi for 1 year too. I have a sneaky feeling money talks at the end of the day, because the reason why, because only a month ago his mom opened up an agency and took over his agency as well. So people are saying 2. I mean, oh yeah. Is that a wishful thinking? 1, Lisa Jens. Yeah, it's a split vote. It's an anonymous decision in the blue corner, weighing 250 pounds. 11111. Digitally saying as well. So guys, let's do this, because we have some breaking fresh from the press news. I will call it breaking. It's not Breaking Bad, because when Ten Hag came in first, it was Breaking Bad. He looks like, have you seen the TV show Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Oh, then he looks like Walter White and Hector Salamanca. Yeah, he does. So he's basically Breaking Bad. And we're talking about we had a heated debate, me and Jarvis, the other day. But we love each other still. But I was right, Jarvis, at the end of the day, that Manchester United are actually doing multiple deals at the same time. The fact
First time in a long time we've seen that. We haven't seen that for a while.
Yeah, so dust off that PTSD and join the joyride, like the Roxette song. Come on, enjoy the joyride. We're going places. So I'm going to bring this to the stream. And basically, this is something that I've been putting my ears on the ground all day. And I've been reporting about this to the intermediates and camps, that Manchester United leading the race for Fiorentina's Sofian Amrabat. That was kind of like last week. And according to there's been some more updates, because there's been talks over the day. the latest thing that I reported, that there's been negotiations where Manchester United has been kind of trying to haggle it down. So they had like an evaluation difference between 3 to 5 million. But we will get into that next one because it comes down here as well. And I was kind of reported as well that United just are 3 to 5 million away from the striking deal of the Serie A defender. But, however, that means that they wanted around 28-30 million for the player. He's not part of the plan. So negotiations has been actually going on since January, where they wanted him for a loan deal. So basically, this summer was always the case that we will come back to you. But, you know, Fiorentina is said to him, like, you know, you can go if you're for sale. But 12 months left on the contract. Of course, you're going to try to get as much money as you can. But with Matt Hargreaves in place, they're trying to sort of negotiate the price down to 20 million at least. But I believe it's going to end up on something like 20 million plus, or plus add-ons, or something 25, something like that. But it's also now coming in. Breaking news as well from a credible source, from Alfredo Pedulia. Have you heard his name? Never. Okay.
No,
He's
no,
from
I've
TV
heard
della
of
Sport.
it.
He's from TV della Sport. He's got about 500,000 Ks. He's spot
Well,
on when it comes down.
They're saying that the difference in valuations is 3 to 5 million.
Yeah. You
know what? This is on the No Agenda podcast, we focus quite a lot on an article that Laurie Whitwell's written, which is about the Onana deal, how it played out from start to finish, and where it came from, where the interest started, where the genuine interest started, which was, funnily enough, actually the confirmation of the interest was just before the Champions League game. So that tells you why he performed like that in the Champions League final. But you read this article and you read how incompetent Manchester United are. And Laurie Witt was a very different journalist. He's a Manchester United fan, but he's not always, I think sometimes he's not critical enough of Manchester United, because he's a very good journalist. He writes really well, very comprehensive stories, very doesn't get carried away with stories. It's very, very genuine. You know, he's an old school journalist.
Yeah.
But when you look at this article and you read it, Manchester, the Onana deal, some of the differences were 1 and 2 million, and the guys negotiating had to go back to the Glazers to ask if they authorize an extra 1 or 2 million. It was having to go through the finance department for 1 or 2 million pounds. Now,
absolutely,
Manchester United fans don't appreciate how absolutely abysmal the organization is set up. It's a terrible organization to work for. So a lot of these deals that we fail to conclude, it's not because the guys negotiating are all rubbish and they don't know what they're doing. No, these guys are going out negotiating really good, perfectly good deals. They're going back to the Glazers, and the Glazers are sitting on these decisions, and we're losing out on these players. We're not getting them. So this is what's happening at Manchester United. 3 to 5 million for a midfielder that we need. These guys should be able to make that decision on the phone. They should be able to make that decision in that meeting. They shouldn't have to go back to
Jimmy, we've been covering if you haven't watched the podcast, but you know, we've been talking about this a lot, haven't we, gentlemen? Right? You know, and I've been trying to provide a voice of reasoning, explaining, like, you know, like Danny Devil in the details, also like educating people how things work. Now, I read this article from the Athletic because I have some settings that I don't have to pay for it, but spot on, and it's kind of iterating what I've been saying, because people don't understand what goes on behind under the hood, right, under the scenes in FIFA career. You know what Manchester United is doing differently is exactly what they've done for Nana. Is exactly what they've done for Mason Mount. You don't have Matt Judge anymore. You have Matt Hargreaves that sits there to negotiate, right? Again, change management is about repeat, isn't it? Right? To repeat, and people understand. So I'm gonna repeat shortly here, right? So the way they're operating right now, I mean, United as a team, as who's involved in the recruitment, basically. Analysis, right? Ten Hag has appointed a lot of analysis. So what does it mean? Like, you know, 6 months before the summer window opens, Ten Hag gives them like a persona profile. I need a midfielder with this characteristics. Then the analysis take out that profile, and out of that data, you might have 10 players, you know, that fits the system, right? Cool. That is on the list. Now, during this 6 months period, this is called like, you're poaching, you're talking to agents, but you're not directly talking to the person. So negotiations happen already in January for the summer, right? So to say that we only been in this negotiation this for 3 weeks, no. You heard what Mason Mount was saying. He said, once I found out in January that United was in for me, that's it. I only wanted United. What does that tell you? So that's a clue away. But however, once you then agree all the personal terms and stuff, then you're good to go to speak to the club, right? So before in the past, like, with Woodward area and Matt Judge, they never did that properly. Like they skipped certain things because they thought money can buy everything, right? So this way you have this 30% extra on United tax, because people understood that these people are clowns. They don't know how to negotiate. They don't understand football. Excuse me. Now you have a footballing operation department that understands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? That's the thing. So what they're doing now is basically, yes, we understand the image right. Yes, what do you want for salary? What is the agent fee? Yes, let's go and talk to then Fiorentina, let's say. In this case, we say Fiorentina. Okay. You want 30 million for him, 40 million. Forget about it. 12 months left on the contract. We know according to the data what is the market worth. We are offering according to that. But sometimes you always meet in the middle because everyone needs to be happy, right? So this is how it's been working. If you go back to Mason Mount's story, same. Chelsea wanted 80 million. What did we get him for? 55 plus 5 add-ons or something, right? See? We got Andrew Onana over the line as well. This article explains exactly what I've been talking about as well. That was hardcore negotiations, and that didn't take long at all, right? Go back in timeline. When did we start speaking to Onana regarding this? And when did he sign? 3 weeks, 2 weeks tops, right? Yeah. So Manchester United fans, just wake up, smell the coffee, because it's a new dawn. It's a new establishment. Although arguably to say that Glazers don't really give a shit because there's money there already for this transfer window. We already discussed. So it's all about, like, if the new owners comes in, there's a new squad there, and then we start over again. But at the end of the day, what I want to sort of say, the final piece of this is part of this negotiation is that you speak to the delegates of the club, and then you sort of negotiate to the figure that everyone is accepting. Let's say 55. Cool. Then you go back and do that offer. So Manchester United is, what you've seen, is doing one bid, last final offer, accepted. Instead of haggling, going 1 bid rejected, 2 bids rejected, 3 bids rejected, it's calling like anyone knows a Lean Six Sigma. It's just reducing the bottleneck, right? That is astute, guys. That is astute. But yeah, I hope everyone understands. Like, Smasher 1 if you do, Smasher 2 if you don't. But the breaking story is, like, because Alfredo Pedulia as well, like, he says here in the latest tweet that was about 11 minutes ago, according to my timestamp as well, something that I already knew, that contacts has been going on all day between both clubs, right? The player has already chosen Manchester United. That's a done deal almost. It's like, here we go almost, right? So we are just a matter of fact, I think it's a matter of fact of days of getting this over the line, because we see the sales going out. Like, Fred, I don't know really there what's going on. Is it Fulham or is it, but we are already generated money for, like, let's say today was also
I don't see him going to Fulham now because the manager's left, hasn't he? He's gone to Saudi, hasn't he?
Oh, he's staying.
Marcus Silva. Oh, is he staying?
He's staying.
Oh,
Rejected.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, that's
last I heard, he rejected Saudi. Yeah.
Oh, that's good if he has, because I mean that would be because what he's managed to do with that team.
Oh, we have breaking news here as well. Westham have made a verbal offer for Scott McTominay. We've been saying that all along on this stream as well, haven't we, guys?
That'll be a great move for him. I hope he gets that move, because that's a great move.
That'd be a great move for him. How much, Mick?
Yeah, no, I've been saying this, like, watch this space, because I've been trying to educate you people as well, the viewers in the VR room, and people are watching this for the first time as well, that the transfer market is so fluid and it's so interlinked. So what happened here that, West Ham sold Rice, right? And that money that they got from Rice, now they can move on the market, and they have their target as well. So part of that target has been Scott McTominay and Harry Maguire, and we'll get into that as well.
Yeah, but there's several other people saying that West Ham have made a bid for 40 million for Conor Gallagher at Chelsea. So
good, again, a good buy. Goodbye.
Yeah, there's certain things that I cannot speak regarding Westham because that's part of the contract that I'm working for. So yeah, I cannot tell you more than that. But anyway, I'm just gonna do I hope everyone is happy because at the end of the day, what matters here is that Ten Hag gets his first choice targets in. That's it. Ain't matter what time or as long as he's in before the Premier League.
Is he back?
Guys, just to say for the watchers, hit the like button. The number of watchers and the number of likes is not coinciding. Hit this, smash the like button, smash the like button.
Yeah,
The like
please.
button.
So guys,
That like button.
Yo, Jarvis, before I go, we got to do the Hotimeter on this one. It's getting hot in here. Don't take off all your clothes.
No, don't.
From a Hotimeter's perspective, ladies and gentlemen, panelists, and the VR room, Sofian Amrabat, how hot is it? Is it out of 70 degrees, 80, up to 100? 100 is the max. I give it back to Jarvis. What do you reckon?
It's a lot about that transfer that makes sense. He was one of Ten Hag's guys when he played at Utrecht. He likes United. He wants to come.
He wants to.
He's 1 year left on his contract. He plays in Fiorentina. He wants to take the next step. He's in the right age. So I give it 90. 90 out of 100% or a 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Cool. But before we continue, my friends, I forgot Alien Tennis super chat, and I don't never forget. And I do respect, because if people are donating, you got to read it out. And there's another one coming in, flying in here as well, because Alien Tenno is saying, I spent £2,500 last season watching United. Yes, you did. And I'm so jealous of you to be able to have season tickets and going. And Nigel Flynn in with a €10 donation. Big up to all of you. Sorry, this sounds like deflated Arsenal balloon. Sorry, Nigel. Big up to you. You're bang on about Amrabat. Make other United channels were saying that there was nothing happening, and I don't want to disrespectful to them as all the United channels are good. 100%. Yeah, everyone is good. Well done, Mick. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Nigel. Actually, you got a point there, because me and Jarvis was the first one to report on Amrabat, and we did an Amrabat special. We did everything. I mean, this is because my industry experience, what I hear, but not everyone is kind of privileged to do what I do and be able to run a YouTube channel as well. But I don't slate other people's ambition, creative mind. I love everyone that's taking the initiative to create a channel. It's very hard work and long hours, and trust me, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you. Where were we? Hotimeter, right?
It was a nice story about Amrabat, because we were like talking about it, and suddenly I was checking out on Amrabat's background, and I found out all the Utrecht links and everything, and I called you. I think it was a Friday night, and I said to you, we have to do a show about Amrabat. You called me back, and we did all those breakdown on the technical things and everything. And on Monday, Fabrizio Romano came out with the story, United are interested in Amrabat. So we had done everything a couple of days beforehand. So
are you saying we're racing against Fabrizio here? Or
yeah, we are racing against Fabrizio.
In a way, because, but it's not that, I let the heavyweight lifters come, but if we can correlate what I'm saying, that is like a backup, you know what I mean? So usually, like I said, even Fabrizio is saying that, because everyone trusts Fabrizio, yeah?
Yeah.
So people are saying 95%, 95%. Yeah. Neil Driscoll say 100% right. Yeah. But the thing is, yes, you're right, guys. For you don't know, he's like Moroccan, but he's Dutch passport, right? He came from the academy of Utrecht, correct? And who was the manager there? Young manager was Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag schooled him there as well. Erik ten Hag was the one that gave him his first appearance in the first team in '𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒅. So that links goes way, way, way back. And
that's
then,
important. That's important. Very, very important.
Yeah.
That would play a big part.
Yeah. So I've been all of a sudden people calling me Mick Rubrizio. No, I'm Mick Rubenstein. You know me. I didn't do a Rubinstein today. No, jokes aside. But listen, yeah, I'm confident this is going to happen. Otherwise, it's definitely going to happen. And what a bargain! What a bargain! Like, we speak about Arsenal playing on Saturday, and Rice Baby was invisible, nowhere to be seen on the pitch. And Amrabat is equally good as Rice, or even better, according to my opinion.
Yeah,
Yalla.
we saw that in the Conference League final.
I think
was he linked? Did he have Saudi links as well? Has he been linked to Saudi clubs? Any specific clubs?
No. Liverpool were looking at him as well.
Liverpool were looking at him. I'll tell you, he's got some great attributes. But do you know what his best is? The way he covers the ground. That is his best attribute by far. He tackles well, he moves well, but his ground coverage, he's got a good stride about him, short and long. He'll be able to carry the ball, transition the ball really, really quickly. He'll be a really good addition.
Does he? Does his arrival? I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm getting carried away about Kobbie Mainoo, because I did a video on Kobbie Mainoo and everyone thought I'm getting giddy. No, I'm not stupid. I've been watching football for a long time. I know young players can show you just how young they are sometimes. It's so I don't get carried away with young players when they're performing well. But do you think that his arrival has a negative impact on how quickly Mainoo might be transitioned into the first
I think it's
team?
good.
He's a different type of player, Jimmy. What I tell you what, if you watch Kobbie Mainoo like we all did a couple of nights ago, and we talk about Jarvis. Me and Jarvis talk about this a lot. We talk about intelligence.
Yeah,
but he has intelligence attached to common sense, and you don't get that with an 18-year-old footballer. And what I mean by that is he sees the game. He's 2 passes ahead of most players, even before the ball arrives at his foot. He knows what to do. He knows where to stand. He will be, in a couple of years' time, something out of this world. And I don't say this, and Jarvis knows me really, really well. I never heap praise on young players. In fact, Jimmy, I'm really critical of young players.
Yeah, same. I'm the same.
Massively critical about Garnacho, Jarvis, I tell you, because the ball moved a lot quicker than his brain at that time. He's now dragging that back. But if you watch Kobbie Mainoo, I probably pronounced his name wrong. So, Kobbie, if you're watching, and I hope you are, pal, I apologise for getting your name wrong. But if you watch him, he's got this air of calmness.
Oh my God! That's very accurate.
His intelligence and common sense together. You don't get intelligence and common sense together. It doesn't happen in football as often at all. And he's got that combination. And
he's cold. He's steely with his. He's so focused. He's very steely-eyed.
I couldn't quite believe what I was watching. I've got to be honest. And I don't know whether he'll get the nod for the Real Madrid match over the Wrexham match, because I know the youth are playing Wrexham tomorrow, aren't they? And the first team. I hope he gets the nod at the Real Madrid match.
Yeah.
But do you know what I would do though? I would bring him on in the second half. I wouldn't start him. He's had his start now. I'd like to see him come on and see what he can do when a game's already evolved.
Okay. Listen, I'm a little bit conscious of time because we've got a lot of things to cover. It's okay. Like, we can come back to a summary afterwards as well, guys. But you know what? You people be mad. You're calling me Robrizio. What the hell is this? Robrizio Jarvis, Rubizio Romano, and Robrizio Micano, and Mick. What is this? Which one is the winner here? Mick Robizio. I tell you what, guys, very important news. And what does he say, right?
What was he say? We stand before you all humble.
Yeah,
Don Cocker.
No. He used to say this. I love Fabrizio. I love to watching him because like short, snappy videos, and goes like, "And now Chelsea will attack." No, cool. Big up. But it can only be one Mick Rubinstein.
That's the wildest name so far. Rubrizio Luckhurst.
Don't ever associate me with Luckhurst or any of them clowns. You know.
I just want to shout out this comment from 𝒖𝒊𝒄 𝑹𝒖𝒄𝒌. Look at the players on the out on the FA Youth final. Garnacho, Mainoo, Hansen, Gore, Jurado, Bennett, Bowler. There's so many good players. This can be one.
Why do we not get praise from the general football world? Do you know what? If you look at some of the young players coming out of our academy, I don't think we get praise for bringing up these players that go on. A lot of them go on to have really great careers, even if it's not at Manchester United. They go on and they have decent careers. Yeah. We just don't get the praise for it. I don't think we get enough praise for it as a club.
True.
We've not done it the best, but we do it enough to get some mention sometimes when people are talking about young players coming out of academies. We just don't get the mention. It's just Manchester United tax, isn't it, every time?
True.
Yeah, it is.
Listen, I gotta finish off because I'm very conscious. Otherwise, we're gonna sit here and speak for 3 hours, and it's gonna be a marathon. Listen, 100% Jarle, there is no bid as of yet, as explained, but we are getting to a very advanced stage, right? So when the negotiators of the intermediates between club itself, who took that away? Do I have a ghost here? Casper, what are you doing here? Casper, Jarle was saying there was a tweet, basically. Sorry, I got to bring this up. So basically what's going on right now, so we're coming to a very end, when they are trying to negotiate the price. It's like you buying a house or an apartment, right? That's on the list on the market. So you come to agreement. Like you as a seller might have a certain price in your mind. You as a buyer have, no, I offer you this, I offer you that. And at the end, you kind of come to agreement, you do the paperwork. So most likely will not happen this week. You never know. I don't put a timeline on it, mate. So to be honest, the most important thing is that you see that things are moving. You see that things are moving, and you see that Ten Hag is looking to get his targets over the line. So who's to say that we can only do one deal at a time? We're talking about Rasmus Hojlund as well. That is getting very advanced as well. You have Amrabat coming in. And with that squad, gentlemen, that is almost a title contending squad, because we're going to add this to the stream as well, because we got to move on. What would this stream without being having a Harry Honka Kane discussion? Listen, honest, I'm tired of this. I'm really tired of this. Red-faced Harry, come on, make a decision, because it came out yesterday and I was very quick to sort of jump on this to say that Samuel Lockhurst as well, which I started in the beginning, that Joe Lewis, who's the owner of Spurs, has said to him, no, mate. If he's not going to sign a contract, sell him. You cannot do it. He's employed. Daniel Levy is employed by the boss there, Billy Bullocks. You know what I mean? So that means that will he go for 100 million? Because I don't think so. I think that, you've seen the likes of Bayern Munich, he's lifting the heavyweights, but I think he really wants to stay in England. And if Manchester United comes knocking at the door at the very end with a cheeky bid,
does Daniel Levy hold 100% of the power at Spurs? Is it just him?
He's the CEO.
No, but I'm saying is he when it comes to transfers, is it
yes.
him? Is it the way that it was with David
Ed Woodward 2.0?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, very, very much. He loves to be in the limelight. He likes when they write stories about him. He likes to sort of spread the terror image that you cannot negotiate with him. He's a businessman. He's just a businessman, and at the end of the day, he's a finance guy, right, as well. Yeah, but at the end of the day, when the big boss is telling you got to sell him, mate, you got no other choice, right? A lot of people thought that Daniel Levy is the owner of Spurs, but no, it's Joe actually that is the owner. Joe Lewis. What I mean? Joe Lewis, yeah, 100%. So basically, that opens up opportunities, and that opens up for United. I don't know, are we going in for him? Because in the beginning of the transfer market, everyone was linking us, saying, "Oh, he's dead on to Manchester United." But I think we took a step back deliberately. But I think we will come in at the very end. And if we do get a Harry Kane in, and if we do get an Amrabat in, if we do have Mason Mount in, and Onana in, tell me, guys, is this a title contending squad?
If we close all the deals,
yeah, it's as close. It's as close as we've been.
It's close, but I still think a centre back might. And I'm only saying that for depth of squad. I think also I don't think, especially on the right hand side, I don't know if our fullbacks are good enough to help us challenge for the title. And that's not to criticize them, because I think they both bring different qualities, and I think their qualities are amazing. But I think it's just that last, because fullbacks, as we know, they're increasingly the more important players on the pitch. So your fullbacks have to be, I think, tip top. If you look at title-winning teams, even in recent years in the Premier League, fullbacks have played a big role in that. And I think just on that right-hand side, I think Luke Shaw is probably all right on the left. He could get a shout for a title-winning team, but I think on the right-hand side we're just lacking a little bit. But definitely, very, very much up there, challenging for the title. I don't think we're far off at all.
Big up Peter as well for saying, Alien Tenno, I said this, Prem is between United and Liverpool. I don't see that Liverpool. We'll dive into that later because I have an argument regarding that as well. But big up again, you must be a Zayn Miassi in disguise. But it's so appreciated for all the donation and support, because really I don't know how to say thank you enough. Thank you so much. But we will talk about it. I think that I might as well bring it up now, because if you look at who they have recruited in so far, 2 signings so far. That's I can't remember who it was. McAllister and another right winger.
Centre midfielder when it's Sol. What's his name? Jarvis.
Yeah, I have it. I have it later on.
Sol Blitzer or something
From
like that.
RB Leipzig.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have it. But we will talk about it later on. But that's the end of the show we're going to talk about. So, Peter, thank you. I will get back to you. Hold my beer, please. Thank you so much. From a... So, what do we say about Harry Kane? What do you reckon? Are we tired of this? Do you think he will come to United? Do you think he will go to Bayern? I think that he's going to be sold, mate.
I think he gets sold. But I'll be honest, Mick. I think if he was going to go to Bayern, it would have been done by now.
Yes, he does want to. I think that's.
If he wants to go to Bayern, I think it's done. I think it's.
I think that his brother and him, his brother's an agent. They're just playing the game, to generate interest, to say, look, put pressure on Levy.
Yeah.
But what happened yesterday was a blow in the face for Daniel Levy, because that's basically outed him to say, it's basically you showing your cards when you're playing Texas Hold'em. You know what I mean? Dominic Szoboszlai. Yes, that's it. Szoboszlai, the Hungarian guy.
I can't pronounce it, so I just write it in.
Szoboszlai, Hungarian, 23 years old.
I can't pronounce it at all. I've tried. I've stopped trying.
Yeah. I tried to when I was working with the Polish market, when you try to read some of the Polish surnames and names, I couldn't do it. That was impossible. They have some weird combination of letters that even I'm very word blind, to be honest. But listen, here's the thing. What I'm trying to say, Daniel Levy has lost his bargain power here right now. He's been exposed by Joe Louis telling you have to sell. So that opens up a can of worm for him. So. The only club that I see him going to is United at the end of the day. That's the way I see it. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. Exactly
the
same.
If he is going to leave, I can't see why United wouldn't be his top choice. I mean, I'd be very surprised if he chooses to go to Bayern over United, especially if it's nothing to do with money and it's just a choice.
Maddie's Polish.
I would be. Yeah,
I know, but you know what I'm talking about, Maddie.
How many goals is he shy of Shearer's record? Is it 48?
2 seasons he's breaking it.
Yeah, exactly. And he could get 90% of the way potentially
in one season.
If
you've got Bruno and Mount behind you, for me, and you've got Anthony on the same pitch, you've got Sancho on the same pitch potentially. And maybe if you've got if we do get Amrabat, right? So you're looking at, because attacking football is all about patterns of play. Now, when you have all those players on the pitch, I'm telling you, Harry Kane is going to have such a great time. If he plays in the team where Bruno and Mason Mount are playing and they're firing, he is going to have a great time on that pitch. And I think he would have and he knows this. He's not stupid. He's a very intelligent footballer. He knows all this stuff, So
guys, we have a challenge here from Marty. Try to pronounce this Polish name. Read it.
I'm telling you. Błaszczykowski.
No, I cannot do that.
𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏. I'll go with
𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏.
𝑆ZCZ. I mean, come on, what is that? Can you, Maddie? Can you write how you actually pronounce it instead of writing those? Because I see 𝒂𝒊𝒔𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏. I mean, come on, 𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏 maybe. I don't know. Come on, man. Come on, seriously.
Yeah, 𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒏 maybe.
Yeah, he played in Dortmund. That's according to Maddie.
Yo, look, David Saar just made a comment about what I was talking about right backs, which fair comment to be fair. He says, Jimmy, Man United won the Premier League and Champions League with West Brown at right back. So fair comment.
Yeah.
100%.
You're
but the game has changed since.
I think football's different then. Football's very different then.
Yeah.
Okay, people making fun of me, calling me 𝒄𝒌 𝑹𝒖𝒃𝒚. Come on, man.
When it comes to Kane,
you started it. This is your fault.
I did.
I just want to say, when it comes to Kane, everybody thought he was going to City. Remember?
Thomas,
but he didn't. So it's very hard to read Kane, because he never say anything out. He's not outspoken. He's very calm and I think he has.
I think he's being convinced by people. I think there's people.
No, I think he was cock-blocked. Sorry for the language. I think he was cock-blocked by Daniel Levy. Daniel Levy is a very powerful person, right? And you've seen Harry Kane is a very pleasant guy, but he's got bollocks at the end of the day. He did the hot sauce challenge. If you saw it, he came to the bomber.
He did, yeah.
He did, yeah. So he's got some bollocks, that boy. You know what I mean? But I think he got strong-armed.
Interesting enough, though, Mick. I wonder what Levy is actually thinking. I think you make a very, very valid point about the problems now potential problems between Lewis and Levy moving forward, because he's been publicly outed, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been outed. That's what I'm saying. So he lost his only negotiation trade.
It's gone. That shroud is gone. Yeah,
it's gone. It's gone. Yeah. We call a spade a spade. It's gone, right? Yeah. Even the devil up there in the corner is angry. It's gone. For 15.74K subs, maybe it's gone up to 16 now. I don't know.
But I have a question for Stu. How do you think, if we get Harry Kane, let's say, hypothetical, how will he impact our game and way of style of play? If you compare him to, for example, Weghorst.
Yeah. We will have the most fluid front three in the Premier League, in my humble opinion. And what I mean by that is his ability to be able to come deep and take the ball, but his ability to play the 6-yard box is phenomenal. He thrives from the penalty spot onwards, but he also thrives from the 22, 25 yards away from the box as well. Not particularly quick, but when he runs with the ball, he runs with an actual purpose. He knows where he's going to travel with the football. He doesn't wait for the ball to take him. He takes the ball. Okay. And that is something that Weghorst didn't do. The only player, in my humble opinion, again, and if you think back to the way that Ruud van Nistelrooy used to play, he used to play very, very similar. He was very good outside the box, but fucking dynamic. Excuse my language.
No. Use whatever language but just don't be abusive. That's all.
Harry Kane will offer that. Also, he offers that beautiful part where he could pop over to the left, he could pop over to the right, he can cross the football as well. So if he does interchange with Rashford, he does interchange with Anthony, we still got that potency. Not as potent without Kane in the box, mind you, but we've still got that potency. And that, to me, as a centre-half, if you're a Ruben Diaz, who pretty much had an easy time of it in the Premier League last night, he's going to be thinking, Jesus, what? That is why when Son and Kane are on fire, with Højbjerg feeding Son and Kane, the ability for them to intertwine and interchange was phenomenal.
It's lovely.
It is, yeah, true.
Harry Kane will bring that to us, Jarvis.
But you mentioned.
Sorry, Jimmy. I just want to add one comment. I've been thinking about this. He will add something that we haven't had in a long time, and he's very strong. He's very strong when he has his body in between the ball and the defender. No one can go past him. And we haven't had that with Weghorst. We have Rashford, Martial. They're not strong enough. They're not strong on the ball. So he will add that element in our game.
Okay, listen, I gotta move on basically. So there's a lot of heated debate. You can speak about Mbappe and Kane. but I have a question from Stephanie Griffith. Uncle Jimmy, do you want to play ping pong with me, or what does it say?
Do you want frimpong?
Oh, frimpong. I thought she said she wants to play ping pong with you, mate.
I don't think
You
Steph-
accept that challenge? Who will win? You have a good backhand or forehand?
I'm quite good at ping pong, by the way. So yes, I would accept the challenge. But no, but seriously, I don't think I've watched frimpong enough for me to make the assessment as whether, and especially I've watched him in matches, but not with him as the focal point of my watching a match. Because what I tend to do is when I want to know about a player, I'll watch a whole match of him, but I'll just focus on them just to see what their movement is like. So I've not seen enough of him. From what I do know of him, no, I think there's other players that I would go for before he would be my choice. So no, he's not. He's never been my top choice. But I just want to. I know you want to move on, but I just wanted to say quickly, because you mentioned Stu, you mentioned pace about Harry Kane. I just wanted to say the reason Harry Kane doesn't really need pace a lot is because he's very good at using his body to get defenders off him. So when he accelerates, he doesn't have to accelerate that quickly because he's able to get defenders off and then take off. And I think that gives him an advantage every single time he does. And he can do that with his back to goal, in the sense that he can swing defenders around off him and turn around and take off. And not many strikers can do that.
Brilliant point. And to add to that, and this is where he is exceptional, is near post and front post. Yeah. I cannot remember the last time we had a striker that attacked the near and the far post and scored goals.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He's tremendous.
I agree.
Great point, Jimmy.
Great point. Stephanie Griffith has actually accepted your challenge. Let's go, Uncle Jimmy. She will smash you with a backhand, I guess. Guys, let's just round up the Harry Kane.
Pretty decent. I promise, I'm pretty decent. I don't like tooting my own horn, but I'm pretty decent. I like it. I play it up.
Apparently West Ham is coming in for 40 million bid for Conor Gallagher. We'll see how that goes as well. They got money to burn, but listen, from a Hotimeter perspective, let's say, Jesus Christ, this is getting too. Even I'm getting over my PTSD. But all of a sudden, if we get in a Hojlund, you're getting a Harry Kane, you're getting all these first team targets. I mean, you gotta see it that we be right up there with the expectation to win the league with this squad, right? Harry Kane will give you 30 goals. You chuck in a understudy, which is a Hojlund, who will give you 15 goals, right? Plus all the firepower, man. Plus Onana. That's got to be a contender winning. But guys, as per usual, what we're going to do here, we have to round up this debate with the Hotimeter. So again, one for yes, I agree with you saying, Mick, that with this Harry Kane and everyone in the squad, we will challenge him for the title. 2, say, Mick, you're bonkers, you're delusional. So let's do this Hotimeter. I did a Schumacher, come on. Guys, what do you reckon? Jarvis, you're the most pessimistic person. You're always the one that drags me down a bit to say I'm very positive, but I'm expecting something.
Well, are we talking about Harry Kane?
Yes. Are we talking about his brother?
50% in my mind.
Okay.
And that's very high in I have never been that high on Kane. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, 50. Jarvis, 50.
You've got a new name, by the way, Mick. Just letting you know.
Yeah, new name. What do I have?
Look how long it is. You've been Mick. I'm not even going to try and read it. You've got a new Polish name, basically.
A new Polish name, but we also have a new member, which is Gavin Underwood. Welcome to the family, Gavin. Big up to you. Gavin became a member as well. What do I have? Wait. 64 likes, people. Come on, get those likes up. Come on, we're slaving here in the kitchen. Get up to 100 likes before we close the shop. What is my name? Say my name. Say my name.
Well, you won't be able to say that.
Oh, where is it? Jarvis, do you find the comment?
Box. It was Box.
Was a Box?
Yeah.
Come on, Box.
There it is, just under Gavin.
Under Gavin.
Yeah,
Box.
the new member.
Oh, come on, man. The title is Mick Rubov Close the shop. I'm too dyslexic for this, guys. Please don't mess with me.
Jarvis, I'm going to go 90% on Kane. There's something. I think we get him.
What? You're
What?
brave. You're brave. You're brave. You're much braver than
Can
I
you
am.
say that loud? Can you say, wait a minute? How much?
90%. I think we get him. I do.
Wow, that's high. That's high.
I just look at that face. Sorry.
I've never. I don't even.
Jimy, you are very positive. I can feel.
Don't put a hit at me, Jarvis.
Happiness is coming out. Say it with chest, Jimy. Come on.
For me, I'm going 40%. I'm not, and I can't. It's too good to be true for me. It's too good. It would just because it would literally be the difference between us really genuinely challenging for the title and not. Because I think it's too good. It's too good to be true, and I don't think we're at a place where we can just get what we want yet. I think we'll get there, but I don't
take it and go, Jimy. Too good. Take it and go, like Russell Peters. Too good.
Just one quick question. Do you think that if Kane is viable, though, that the club would do everything to get him? Because there's that one occasion, isn't there, that one player comes up and he can't go to Madrid because they won't be able to afford him and Mbappe in 12 months' time. He can't go to City. Where does he go? Except Bayern Munich, obviously, but where does he go? It's the first time in my mind that Real Madrid have got a number 9 available.
Okay.
And Manchester United have got a 9
Listen,
available.
I just want to round this up. I know we are going over time. I know Jimy has kids and he's got to go as well. So we can talk about this. But listen, okay, vote it can be 50-50. Jimmy's a little bit scared. I understand. You go with chest up, Stu. Like, you know, you were in the green.
I'm terrified.
His chest is out there.
You know, people are going 90%. Like, you know, come on, man. Come on.
There's quite a few. What people are very optimistic, isn't it? Look at that.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, we will see. We will see. Que sera, sera. Rasmus Hojlund, are we going to talk about it? Yes, of course. We know that bid is incoming. Bid is there. Done and dusted. Agreed. We're just waiting for what the price will be. But at the end of the day, like, I don't really care about the price, do I? You know, I don't care how much we're paying. I'm not the accountant. I don't hold the key performance indexes. Like, you know, I just want the player over the line. I just want to watch good football. And it comes down to, that came out today, breaking about Harry Maguire. West Ham, get in. You know,
I'm not surprised, to be honest. Not surprised about the West Ham link at all. I'm not.
I know, we've been talking about this. And this is what we were talking about before. The West Ham got the money now, and they've been linked to both, to take both Scotty and Maguire. Like, you know, so basically, even like, you know, Shetty was saying that for Sky Sports, like, breaking West Ham up, pushing very hard to sign Harry. So that's got legs, guys. You know, I cannot be more than happy for the player that he gets playing time, right? Happy. I don't know. We've spoken so much about, you know, ex-captain Harry, but, you know, at the end of the day, we wish him all the best because he doesn't fit in Ten Hag's system, and to play with Moisey, that would pretty much suit him the way Moisey's playing, right?
Perfect fit, that is a perfect fit for me.
West Ham, Moisey, if you're listening, please, it's a perfect fit for you. Please push harder, right? Push
Makes
harder.
sense.
Combined,
so we don't.
Do you reckon 60 million for the two?
Yeah, maybe 65.
65 perhaps. Yeah, good bit of business.
Yeah, true. You reckon?
Look,
possible,
look at
Jimy? Look at the chat. Watch the chat.
Have you seen the 170 million on the American Express overdraft?
Hold on.
That's brilliant. That's a great comment. That's brilliant.
All right, let's quickly do this one. Let's not talk much about Harry Maguire, but we wish him all the best. But on a Hotimeter scale, guys, he's pressing the pedal because we're going to close the shop very soon because Jimmy's got to go as well. All right, I think your daughter needs to go to bed and you need to. Yeah, so guys, quickly, Harry Maguire going to West Ham plus takes Scott McTominay. Would you be happy with that? On a Hotimeter scale, what do you reckon, guys? Jimy?
Go on, Jimy.
Are we doing, is it 100 or 10? What was it? 100? We're doing
100,
100.
I don't know. I still, there's too much. There's too much around it. There's too much.
Too much fluff. You reckon we can't do it? There's
a lot, and I'm not normally indecisive, but this is making me. I mean, sometimes I feel one way about it in the morning, and the evening I feel completely different about it. So it just, yeah, I'll 90. Go on.
Oh,
90,
really?
Jimmy.
Come on, get in there, son.
95.
90%.
95.
90. Let's
I'll
go.
get in
90.
there.
Let's go.
Mr.
90.
Green,
I'm
say
brave. I'm
it
feeling
with chest.
brave.
95.
95.
Okay. Has that endorphins rubbed on our Jarvis? Jarvis,
Come on,
we're
Jarvis.
clipping you now.
I want to say he's leaving. I want to say it, but I don't
Mr.
believe
PTSD,
it.
come on.
I don't believe it. He's been putting in extra hours of training, and he's more determined than ever.
Have you seen
and
the
he
movie
wants
Rocky?
to get this big revenge and show all of the United fan base that they were wrong about him and all of that. I think he's that kind of person, and I think he believes that he can do a comeback. So I don't think he will leave.
I'm just gonna. My daughter's just peeped through the door and she's giving me the evil eye to say, "Daddy, I need to go to sleep. Can you come and sort out my bed?" So
Yeah,
I just wanted to make a quick point on Hojlund though before I leave, and this is just to say, I've been watching this kid over the last few weeks, watching whole matches of it. I've invested quite a bit of time in him actually, watching whole matches of him playing. You know, I know he doesn't always start and all that, and I have to say he's very, very impressive as a player, and I don't think a lot of people realize what we're going to be getting if we get him. So for me, if we do manage to get the deal done, I will be very, very happy. But the most important thing is, don't think he's coming in to sit on the bench. I promise you, Ten Hag's going to play him, because Ten Hag doesn't pay that level of money for players if he's not going to play them. So
Jimmy.
I think he's probably going to play a lot more than people think he is. So I'm very excited because I love how he plays. I've seen him. He's a very, very good kid. I think the price is a little bit too high for my liking, but that's the going rate at the moment, and that just seems to be the case as clubs paying 300 million for one player and stupid salaries. So yeah, I'm excited. If he comes, I'll be very, very happy about that.
But Uncle Jimmy, it's also drought. It's also drought in the striker market. Everyone's
There's a drought. There's a real drought in the striker market. If you look at, we've lost Ivan Toney. He's not an option, because I thought he would have been a decent option. To be fair, as a striker, he's a top player, he's a top striker. We're not going to get Zaha. Look, Zaha's gone to bloody Galatasaray. So there's players, strikers leaving the Premier League, and I don't think there's enough strikers that are good enough to play in the Premier League out there in the world in general. So I would be excited to get him.
I think you're right, Jimmy. I just don't think he gets us the goals that we need. That's my only reservation. But
Possibly.
I think you're right as a player.
That's possible. Right. That's possible.
No, I can just say that the plan has always been Kane and what we're talking about, Hojlund, two strikers, and Ten Hag doesn't deviate. Like he sticks on course. So if there's an opening, what we've seen today, I think Manchester United will go for it. I think they will, but it will be at the back of the window. Because now you're seeing that now the focus is the outplays, like to get McTominay out, to get Maguire out. They've spoken to his agent to say, find another suitor, find another player, stripped off this captaincy. You're not going to be part of my plan. But in front of the camera, the gaffer cannot do anything else. Just say, yeah, he's part of my plan. He's part of my team. It's part of the game. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day. So, Jimmy, you got to go, right?
I gotta go, guys. Good night. I appreciate you having me again, man. I appreciate.
See you next Monday if you want to come on. It's always a pleasure. Take care of your daughter.
All the listeners, I appreciate you. Make sure you follow me at JStarCity on Twitter. Yeah, Uncle Jimmy. Just make sure you follow me. It's always lovely to be here, man. It's good to see the regulars that were there the last time I was here, and it's good to see everyone. But thanks, Mick. Thanks Jarvis. Mick, make sure Jarvis pays his fine for being late for the make sure you,
okay. 10 ruby, you're fine. You're not following my rules and principles.
Send you an invoice template. I will do that. Okay,
you gotta finish. You gotta pay your fine. Okay.
Good night, guys. Good night, everyone.
Big hugs and kisses to your daughter. Good night. Tell her a nice story, and see you later, mate. See you.
Yeah. We're reading.
Big up for Jimmy. Smash a like for Jimmy.
Good night, guys. Good night. Good night.
Good, Jim. Ta-ta, buddy.
Ta-ta. Good one. Jarvis.
We were three.
People are overriding you here in the VR room. People are very positive. Maguire is going to go. But I do understand, like, we live in the past in certain ways. And it's okay. I want him to leave because of the player doesn't suit the profile of Ten Hag. I want it for the players. I look at it from the players' perspective, right? Got nothing personal against Maguire. He's probably a nice bloke and everything else, but if you're not fitting the team, then you gotta go. And that's pretty much the conversation Ten Hag had with him. That's the thing. Another player that I want to add on is also Fred. So moving out. Does anyone know where Fred is moving out to?
Fulham.
Is it Fulham?
Yeah, that's what I've been reading.
Didn't they bid low?
Oh no. It's like Galatasaray came in with a cheeky 4 billion or 5, not 4 billion, but 5 million or something.
Yeah,
There's been links to Saudi. He's definitely going. Saudi Arabia is people saying here as well. So he will go to Saudi Arabia. That's the thing, I think. That's the thing. Smoky Bacon is back in the house, promoting Smoky Bacon. Right. Probably Saudi was everyone. Galatasaray says Flex Felix as well. Fulham says somebody. Yes. There's like we know that he's going because he's not part of the tour. Obviously. But at the end of the day, Pastor Fred has done a good job.
He's been steady, hasn't he? He's been steady.
Last season, I will say that was his best season in United.
Best season, yeah. What did he get? 8 goals, 7 goals, something like that. It was his best return goals was. Fulham have got an issue, haven't they? Because Polonia did his arm. He's got an arm injury, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So potentially they might, if they're going to do it, they might expedite that a bit quicker.
Listen, okay. So let's hope and pray for Pastor Fred. He gets the blessing to go 100%. As what Jamie Wayne was laughing. Pastor Fred. Yeah. Pastor Fred. I love Fred. He's like a box of chocolates for his Gump, but you know what I mean? So we got to also look at congratulating also to Anthony Elanga, basically. It's apparently done deal now. He's completed his medical. Anthony Elanga moves to Nottingham Forest is now confirmed. So I don't know how much. I think it was 15 million. How much? 15 million pounds, something?
15, yeah.
So, in a way, as a Swede, I love Elanga, but he's much better to sort of develop his career to go to a Nottingham Forest to work on Andy Cooper there and be developed and then elevate to start over again. I think you started off your career too high, you came from the academy and those kind of things. But if you look at the outs, Talis has been confirmed to Al Nasser, Zidane Iqbal, Ethan Laird, Ethan Galbraith. So there's a lot of people that actually left. So this is just pointing down to this season transfer window is the only one that I've seen us moving fast in the outs and more to come. And Dean Henderson also going to Nottingham Forest. So yeah. So there is money. There is money to be made.
I think it's a good move for him, Mick. I think he'll find a home at Forest, lower expectations, and I think he'll flourish as a player. I like him. He's a big, strong boy. He's quick. It just didn't work out for him, did it, at Old Trafford? I like him. He'll do well at Forest. He'll score goals.
He will do. Yeah, definitely. I mean, they have a very, what's his name? Johnson, the guy, fast guy.
Yeah,
what's his name? What?
Yeah,
his dad was a football player as well. What's his name? Ben Johnson? No, not Ben Johnson, the runner. You know who I mean.
Yeah, it's not Adam Johnson. I was going to say Adam Johnson, it isn't it? I know which one you mean.
His dad was a footballer as well, played in Premier League. Okay, you know who I mean. But yeah, you can see that Cooper he's good with the youngsters, so that would be good for him actually to come in that team. Brendan Johnson, that's it. Yeah,
Brendan
that's
Johnson,
it.
Yeah,
Brendan Johnson. Yeah, he's a quality player, I reckon.
He looks good.
Glenn Johnson, that was his dad, wasn't it? Yeah. Cool. So congratulations. That's all I have to say. For everyone that wore the shirt, you made us proud, and Absolutely. We will always remember. We always look at you when you play and stuff like that. So big up. And that comes to my final piece of the story. What I promised in the super chat. I promised to you, Alien Tenno, we're going to talk about Liverpool, and this is Mick Rubinstein. Here we go. Benson Rents window shopping. We're going to talk about Liverpool. Klopp wants Lavia, but Lavia is also pimped to other clubs. Pop is he's trying to do a different attraction strategy by dressing up like a negotiating like a woman. Some people call it transfer window. Did you catch up to the joke? Transfer window. YouTube algorithm, please forgive me, but you know what I mean. Liverpool ain't doing jack shit. Liverpool ain't doing jack shit, to be honest. Like, look what they recruited to. They don't have money. They spent 100 million, over 100 million euros already. And they're chasing this Lavia for 40 million. But Lavia has also been chased by other clubs, Arsenal, Chelsea. Liverpool this season is a very broke club. FSG don't have the money to back it, right? Guys, Rubenstein is reporting. I don't think that the Liverpool will come close to top 4 this season. I don't think so. Not even if you add on McAllister, because you have a gaping hole now. Like you sold off Henderson over to Saudi. I don't know. Darwin Noodles, 2 left-footed noodles, recruited wrong. Mo Salah is aging. I wasn't really impressed by Mo Salah last season as well. So I don't know. Guys, do you reckon Mick Rubenstein is wrong?
When it comes to Klopp, I think he knows what he's doing, and he signed Gakpo, he signed Nunes, now he signed 2 new players, McAllister and the one I can't pronounce his name. So, and I think he has a plan for what he's doing, and he's been always under a tight budget when it comes to Liverpool, but he has managed to build squads. So I will never underestimate Klopp, because I think he's a good manager. All that rivalry aside, I have great respect for Klopp.
Mm-hmm. Stu?
I don't disagree with Jarvis. I think you might see a system change from the Scousers. I think they might go to 3 at the back and push good old Trent and Johnson as further forward.
He sucks. Trent sucks. Last season, he sucked.
Yeah, he did. But that's what I feel. I don't think he'll play 4-4 or 4-3-3 anymore. I don't think where I think you are right, Mick. They're not going to score enough goals this year.
I think he's been found out. I think he's stagnated. How long has he been at the club? He lost his mojo.
It'll be his 8th year now. It'll be his 8th year, won't it?
Guys, let me just remind you something, okay?
Where's the next year? Istanbul or where? Chelsea fan. Yeah. Book the hotel. Put it in the diary, yeah.
Book the hotel. Books Tuesday nights on the sofa, because we are no longer going to hear that. Whoa, that was traumatizing last season. Now back to you, Klopp. Back to you, Scousers. Listen to that boring on Thursday nights, people. Sit down. Boom. We've seen it all. We won the lot. We Man United, and we're never gonna stop. Ole, ole. I'm saying this, guys. In summary, I promised myself to be very positive, to dust away the PTSD. And how am I doing so far? I think I'm doing okay. I think, but I have this gut feeling to me, in summary, that in Ten Hag we trust. He's like the Messiah that came, that we cried out for, the prophet came, the mini Sir Alex Ferguson. But, Alex Ferguson walked from Aberdeen into Manchester. But, Ten Hag came from, Amsterdam and say, he looked at it. What do you want? You want me to win title? Of course we win, yeah. So in Ten Hag, bold is best. And I see the light. I see what he's trying to do, and this is very exciting, right? I see what he's trying to build, and with this spot on recruitment so far, if we get everything over the line, I am very, very positive that we'll be right up there. But if we finish 3rd, guys, the only way in the trajectory in the table is going 1 level up or 2 level up, qualify deep in Champions League, and off we go. But we're not going to get giddy. I don't look what the competition is doing. We take it game by game. And just positive. Jarvis, do you feel a little bit more positive now?
No. Well,
Jarvis.
Yeah, sure. I feel positive. I know I have great belief in Ten Hag. He knows what he's doing. He's building a club. He's doing what he's always doing. He's winning, and I like his style. I like the way he tries to build up the play from the back, try to dominate teams, and what we need, we lack is goal scoring ability. We are wasteful on our chances, but we create a lot of chances. We saw Bruno; he was the most creative players last season when it comes to creating goal scoring opportunities. But we lack a striker. We had Weghorst, and even with Weghorst, we came in third. We qualified for the FA Cup final and we won the League Cup. So a little bit more finesse on top, and we will be there in the race.
So that's good to hear, Jarvis. Now, you know, Weghorst, that horse is bolted. And another thing that I want to also remind people of, latest today, also by yesterday, Anthony Martial to Saudi Arabia. There is interest. Reports.
That would be good for us. One thing Jarvis was 100% right about is we were this close, guys, to doing a cup treble.
Yeah, we were
close to doing a cup treble. And, you know, we had a pretty poor team as well, didn't we? Over the 38 games in the Premier League.
I don't disagree. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And I think the Onana signing, and you guys know my thoughts on the goalkeeper. You're there to save shots, but you know I've been watching him a lot more than I had done, and I can see what you can bring to us. Even getting somebody like Johnny Evans for maybe a 6-month contract is a nice little bit of stability for us. But we need this goal scorer, and this is why I think, hand on heart, we get Hojlund, yes, but he doesn't score the goals we're going to need next season. That's why we must do everything to get Kane. That's why I feel Kane is more of a 90%er. So I do, you know, I love what Ten Hag is trying to do with the team, how he wants the team to play. We look like we're going to have some aggression. If we get Amrabat in, we are going to have that aggression. Casemiro, we can rest a lot more. Eriksen, we can let rest a lot more. And we can utilize our squad so much better. And that's the exciting thing for me. Short and sweet.
What I feel we are missing is more output from the wingers. We like Anthony Dos Santos, Sancho, even Garnacho. You know, they don't bring enough to the table. We have only Rashford as our goal scorers at the moment, and if we get a good striker, but even if we get Hojlund, he won't score 30 goals next season. So who is going to score the goals? We can't rely on Rashford to score all the goals.
Okay, guys, who's going to score the goals? Like, you know, don't forget about Onana, what he's going to do to the team. Okay.
I think Sancho adds 10 goals next season. Yes.
Are you with me?
Yeah, we like him. I think Sancho gets 10, maybe even 12, but Anthony doesn't score anywhere near the amount. And if we do get Hojlund and he does get 15, we're not sharing the goals around enough.
Yeah.
What do you think? Mount will get 8?
Yeah, or 10. I say Boxey, Mount, chip in with 10.
10, yeah.
That's a decent shout. Let's hope so.
But it still isn't the 30, 35 goals a season that Kane's going to get wherever he goes.
Yeah,
Haaland's going to get 35 next season. Salah's probably going to get 22, 23 next season. Nunes will get 15. You know, and these are the issues that we've got as a unit, and that's why we must get Kane. I hate to say it, but I think we must get Kane. Kane adds. What did he score? 30. Did he was second?
30 something. Yeah.
It was 5 on Haaland, wasn't he? And everybody was going crazy about how good Haaland was. And in a pretty woeful Tottenham team, he still scored 30 goals, Premier League goals. What would he get with us? He could easily get 30, 35.
He could do almost 40 if
he probably could.
It's going to be fine, guys. It's going to be all right. I mean, we if we get everything, we have goal scorers all over the pitch. Bruno, Garnacho, Mason Mount will score. Everyone will pitch in, right? Because Erik ten Hag always talk about his weapons and firepower. Yeah. So this time around, like we're gonna play, as we say with Onana, we're gonna play like 3-1-6, right? So a lot of goals gonna come there. No, but God, this signing makes sense.
Here we go again.
I got you, homie.
He's got us, homie. Gonna play tomorrow. Sing with me.
Here we go again.
I got you, homie.
What a save. Yeah, that's my name.
I was singing that actually in the kitchen earlier.
I saved the game. Oh, what's my name? Yeah, that's my name. I saved the game, and that's my name. Yo, my name is Onana. I came here and not gonna sleep on a banana. You know what I mean? That's my name. Say my name. Say my name. Oh shit, here we go again. What a save. Yeah, that's my name.
But it's like it's singing
I saved the game. Oh, what's my name? Yeah, that's my name. I saved the game, and that's my name. Yeah, here we go again. Let's go.
Oh my God. I got you, homie.
Yeah, he's got us back, homies.
Just think, right? We got comparable keepers now for Liverpool and City, and actually no. What did they pay for Ederson? City, was it 50?
Who is that? Who's that in the middle? Eminem.
It's not longer Don. It's no longer Don Vanilla Ice. Yeah.
Jesus.
So we've got a comparable keeper, haven't we? In terms of shot stopping and manoeuvrability at the back. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping he plays. Do you think he'll play Wednesday?
Yeah, he will play Wednesday. Wrexham. I think so. Yeah.
And we play Wrexham tomorrow, don't we? Isn't it Wrexham tomorrow and then Real Madrid Wednesday?
Yeah, we have 2 games in 2 days. First Wrexham for the youngsters.
Thank you. Just been nominated for 𝒂𝒂 𝒖𝒄𝒌, like a Grammy Award-winning song. Ruby, you nailed it. Yes. Yeah. Did you know that I used to be a professional musician?
No.
I used to produce. So that was my song. I produced it. I made it. I don't rap well. So yeah. Papi does rapping, by the way, if you didn't know. He's an audio technician.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
He's. No. I can play you a clip which I made just recently, just to snap it. And I made it for Captain Bruno. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Okay, now it's a little bit of a music. So this is a song that I made for Bruno Fernandes, which is the captain. It's called The Captain. Are you ready? Guys, I got to ask the VIA room for permission. Smash a 1 if you want to hear it, or 2, just close the shop. 2, close the shop, yeah?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Right. I'm just waiting. Should I play it? Should I not play it? Anyone?
Nothing coming in.
1. And 1. Okay, now they're coming in. They're a little bit delayed. Okay, so... MUFC Realist TV in the house. Are you ready? Here comes the boom. There's one.
I'm the captain.
I dropped the mic there. Okay, we got to close the shop, but that was a little bit of sneak preview what I've been working on. So that's I dropped the mic there. Boom. You know what I mean? So that is actually me, my vocals and singing and everything that here is me, like in all the production. So now you understand that I'm crazy.
You are.
Am I allowed to promote it?
DJ Ruby on fire. RJ says, woohoo.
Woohoo. Yeah. Did you like it? Though it's pretty cool.
It was good. Yeah, it was good.
Wufa says, woohoo, you're the man. Fantastic. So
We just made a music video out of it. Cheap on the fly 1 minute music video, like, you know.
Yeah.
Angie's loving it.
Okay, I'm gonna release it on YouTube then. Fine.
Yeah, get on YouTube, yeah.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, why not?
I had a great time today. I'm full of endorphins. Yeah. I think Jarvis, for some reason, there is some, you know, it's contagious, isn't it? Like, you know, this positivity. Like, yeah.
He's happy today, Joe. He's just tired, isn't he? After
yeah, of course. You know, he's the tourist guide, the coordinator, everything.
Yeah, but the thing is, now I'm been on holiday for 2.5 weeks. I'm super relaxed. I have no stress in my body. Now I'm fine with everything. It's just so good being on holiday. So yeah, it's good.
It's nice, isn't it?
And the thing is, people seldomly take like 3 weeks or 4 weeks. They only take like 1 week, and they never get to like calm down. So it's important. Take your vacation, people. It's good for you.
Yeah. Take a break. Tomorrow, early game morning. That's right. It is Neil Driscoll. Listen, amazing. We are here to spread the positivity, you know, join the joy ride, like the Roxette song. You know what I mean? That's it. Don't forget, if you haven't done yet, we want to have 100 likes. There's been 100 of you constantly watching. I can see it right here. It's been dropping for 200, and now people are getting tired. I understand. So it's time to close the shop, people. It's time to close the shop. Wednesday, we are back, and the no bullshit. And Tate just messaged me. We will do 1 hour, and we're going to utilize that 1 hour. Also talk about the Wrexham game, but I'm not going to do the post-match stream. It's going to be too late. I'm just going to enjoy it, but we will see you again very, very soon. If anything, as per usual, I do my video uploads in the morning or something, like, you know. So anyway, really, really hope that you enjoyed yourself, gents. Stu is per usual, you know, man in green.
Yeah. I'll be blue next week, I think.
Yeah.
I won't go blue. Thanks again for having me on, guys. I really enjoyed coming on with you two.
You got to be here regularly on Mondays now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're part of the furniture now. You and Uncle Jimmy, right?
Thank you. Yes.
Wicked.
That's fine. Good
night to all of you. Good night, Rebel Bakir. Good. I know 79 likes. Come on, please. We've been slaving here, right? You know, spinning records and so, guys, listen.
Hey,
again,
Mick, before we close the shop, read my comments.
Atlanta have reached an agreement in principles with All America for 𝒊𝒄𝒌 𝑹𝒖𝒃𝒚. I covered this morning. I did that. Sorry, I forgot. If you go back to my video this morning or this afternoon as well, I mentioned this, to be honest, because I did a reaction on Fabrizio Romano and everything, because exactly what I've been telling you, that Atlanta is already looking for their Hojlund's replacements. That's telling you it's a done deal. It's a done deal already, right? So that is more positive, Jarvis, than
it is. But Fabrizio said this, like, I would say 20 minutes ago. So it's kind of breaking news from Fabrizio Romano.
Okay, well, I said that, like, you know, in the morning video, if you didn't know.
Yeah, but you are Mick Rubinsky. You know everything.
Yeah, I have many names today.
Yeah.
Should we go over them one by one? No, we should not.
We should not.
So to summarize everything that we've spoken about today, guys, what did we learn today? Okay, PTSD doesn't exist anymore. Fine. We are moving towards a conclusion of the targets for Ten Hag ones. We're talking about Amrabat. We're talking about Sofian Amrabat. We said that. Sofian Amrabat. I say that again. Sofian Amrabat is very close. Rasmus, the Danish Viking Hojlund is coming in. We got Onana in 100%. Will Harry Kane come in? We'll see. Mbappe, I don't know if it goes to Saudi or not. So fingers crossed, but don't get too giddy over it, because at the end of the day, it's only going to do you mentally harm. So just be relaxed, cool, composed, as per what I always say, have a voice of reasoning. Whatever you see in the media, just take it with a pinch of salt. But thank you guys for listening to us. We had our say, as what we say. Go, peace, and banana. And I hope we made your day, right? So this has been Mick Ruby here, Jarvis Cocker, Stewie will be back. In personal terms, no problem. We pay him a Snickers per show.
Yes, that's it.
Oh,
Anybody's for Snickers. Anybody's for Snickers.
Right. And hopefully we get Jimy on as well. But please, guys, enjoy your night, and thank you for watching. And that's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.